G'day guys, just thought I would do a video on boxing talk and sporting talk. Everyone has different opinions on things that happen in the sporting world and certainly the boxing world. So there's no point in me being a keyboard warrior. May as well just have a talk about different things. On the weekend, we had a big heavyweight fight in the pyramids of Giza. It was a pretty unique event. It was a pretty awesome setup that they had. You don't often see a wonder of the world in the background of a world heavyweight title fight. What made it more unusual is you had a kickboxer coming into it. Only had one professional boxing fight, and that was over 10 years ago. He was undefeated for the past 10 plus years in kickboxing, but there's a bit of a difference, especially at the top level, between kickboxing and boxing. And leading into the fight, myself, like many, was thinking that Alexander Usyk would be just far too much for Rico Verhoeven, if that's how you pronounce it correctly. But in the end, he really put a great performance up to do himself proud. Rico did. It's in front of so many people around the world watching. It was a big effort he had. I thought coming into it, his only real chances were to, use those different angles that a kickboxer may use, coming in at 45 degrees, which they sometimes do to deliver kicks. He seemed to do that a fair bit. But what I will say is I didn't actually pay for the fight in terms of pay-per-view. I was only watching some highlights and some sort of grainy replays of the fight that you can get on YouTube. But he certainly put in a good performance. Yeah, so he did use some of those angles. But the main thing he seemed to do, Rico Verhoeven, was that he backed up his initial shots that he was throwing. So he'd throw 2, 3, 4 punches in an initial phase, and then he would move and he would come in with another phase of just as many to keep the pressure on him, keep the pressure on Alexander Usyk. And, you'd think that would be pretty basic, a pretty basic thing for the world's best heavyweight of our generation to work out, but it certainly gave him some troubles. And it's so easy just to sit back and say, should have done this, should have done that. In the ring, it's totally different. The punches may have even felt different coming from a kickboxer. The way they're delivered, they're often not quite as long as a boxer due to the fact that, the legs are always longer than arms. So the punches generally tend to be shorter. But he put up a great performance. From what I've heard, he was ahead on many people's cards. And even the ringside judges have it even, and Rico Verhoeven slightly ahead. So had it have gone the full 12 rounds, what an upset that would have been. But Alexander Usyk, he came out in the 11th round. He knew he really had to put his foot down. It seems like that's what his corner told him. And he really just fought fire with fire. Managed to put Verhoeven down. Rico was then given a count. He looked pretty wobbly to me. He did the old spit the mouth guard out and gave himself some extra time, which they shouldn't allow. But even then, he was pretty much done, I believe. I could see his legs were very wobbly. And I think if it went to the 12th round, it could have, ended up in a stoppage anyway. It was a great event. It was very much an event at the Pyramids of Giza. I don't think that there should be a rematch. I think Rico Verhoeven has earned himself a shot, though, at some other, spotlight heavyweights, I would say, those that are in the spotlight. But hopefully Alexander Usyk fights one of his mandatories next, and then maybe possibly if Tyson Fury can get past Anthony Joshua, and he might finish off with a third Tyson Fury fight. But anyway, guys, that's just my opinion. Trying to be quick, but it's probably gone on for 5 minutes. But yeah, just something a bit different doing this here. Just giving a bit of an opinion on different parts of boxing and sport as well in general. Okay, guys, thanks.